A newer game caught my eye this week. Nine Kings, which sounds like the poker hand of someone who's flagrantly cheating, but no, it's a game that came out last month, I think, that I discovered a week ago. And by discovered, I mean I saw Northern Lion playing it, but let's not get technical with words now. It's a strategy roguelike with cards, so I'm expecting it to turn into the next phenomenon pretty soon, and I thought I'd get in early on this one. It looked a little rough. Wasn't sure if it was gonna be my thing, but it was rated overwhelmingly positive, so what the heck, I'll give it a shot. To start off, you have to pick your king. You have several to choose from, not 9, as you might reasonably guess, because some of them you have to unlock, and a few don't exist yet, this being an early access game. I chose the King of Nothing to start with, since that's the title I hold in real life. Pretty simple setup. You start off with your 3x3 kingdom, put down your castle, and build stuff upon your squares, and fend off the assaults of rival kings, who presumably have squares of their own off-screen somewhere, and who want to come and take your squares by force. Jerks. You've got a few ways to stop them. Your starting castle to start with, which lets you chuck rocks at people, but there's also towers, support structures, and a variety of soldiers, and all of this will vary somewhat depending on which king you choose and give you a lot of variety from run to run. Your soldiers are pretty well directed, they'll take to the field and fight on their own, so there's really not much for you to do in actual combat, although you do get to decide where your castle shoots. So, at least you get to chuck rocks. It's nice of them to let you do something. I like to imagine my king sitting behind the rock thrower, telling him which one to hit, obsessively micromanaging the poor guy. Well, don't feel too bad for him. He's got the best job in the game. You could be a foot soldier, dude. Count your blessings. I feel like a lot of indie games are doing the card game element thing these days. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's fun and it works and it's popular and I like it. As the turns go by, you get more cards to play, your little kingdom will grow, but also the difficulty ramps up, the assaults get bigger, so you have to stay on your toes and make sure you're equal to the challenge. Finally, on the final turn, they'll send a big guy after you. Slay him and they'll have to leave you alone forever, because I think that's the rules of medieval warfare. I have to check on that. Oh, I think there's an endless mode too, but I like to have a built-in stopping point. As I played, I got a certain nagging sensation. There was a word welling up on the tip of my tongue. The M word. M word. Jesus. That word being mobile game. It does definitely have that vibe. Very simple mechanics, tappy gameplay, and I was having trouble reconciling that with the other nagging sensation the game was giving me, that nagging feeling of having fun. Because I like to think of myself as a big boy serious gamer who only plays real games, and if I enjoy a mobile game, well, I'm not sure how to feel about that. Well, if it's not mobile already, it should be. Each game lasts around 30 minutes, give or take. Little too long for a bathroom break unless you've got some bowel problems, but plausibly fits into a lunch break. It's not the most strategically deep game in the world. You can keep that copy of Sun Tzu's The Art of War on your shelf. You won't need it here. It doesn't take a military genius to realize that put the thing that boosts the troops next to as many troop squares as possible is a pretty decent strategy. Although I shouldn't sound too cocky, I did have a few close calls when I actually ratcheted up the difficulty. Personally, I feel like this is a game that works in short bursts, not something you'd obsess over or play all day. But then again, that's exactly what I said about Balatro back in the day, and I was very, very wrong about that. That's what I mean. I'm thinking this might possibly be the next game to blow up and take over the world, and I didn't feel it necessarily, but I'm not the best judge of that, as it turns out. There's a lot of potential for growth, too. Like I said, it's still in early access. Could add more mechanics, add more kings, potentially, though I don't know what they'll do once they have 9. The game is called Nine Kings. You can't add more, that's illegal. But, on the whole, a pretty promising start. I had a fun time, and I could definitely see myself playing some more of this sometime.